Hey guys, what's up? Hitmarthrower here, and welcome to the home menu. Not quite. It is Mario Super Sluggers. However, you can see it's paused momentarily. In the last episode, we ended up getting the play badge at the start, and then I showed you all the different mini games that there were. So in this episode, I am actually going to show the last badge that there is, which is the Superstar badge. This is obtained by getting everybody to Superstar status, and to do that, you need to beat Bowser's team, and whoever's on the team that you beat him with will become a Superstar. And you'll have to beat it basically with every character on your team. You can switch, you can have previous Superstars on there if you want, so you can just do it one by one. You can do just an entirely new team, which is what I did to get it faster. Any of those work. And Bowser's team, since you cannot play against yourself if you're Bowser, Bowser's team is just automatically Superstar characters. So King K. Rool was the last one that I had. I think King K. Rool and Petey Piranha were the last two that I had to get. So I'm going to unpause this, and right here you can see the H for that's the game. So this is the end of the game, and unless I missed somebody, we should have all Superstars now. And Shy Guy's the MVP. He had a lot of big plays, so that makes sense that it's him rather than Boo. Because Boo's pitching, I did not do a good job on pitching, I'll admit. I did a really bad job of pitching this time around. So, yeah. Luckily, you can skip the cutscenes if you want to, so whenever we get to the A Star Player Was Born or something like that, it should give it to us. Money and a Star Candy X2. I believe you can get Star Candies and Star Candy X2s from Bowser after you've unlocked them, so it's going to take a second because apparently it has to play a little bit of the cutscene, but it doesn't have to play all of it. There we go. Get the credits. And Star Player has been born, so yeah, I had those two, and unless I'm missing anybody on the list, which it does not look like scrolling through it. Yep, we got the Star Badge, so we have all the badges that you can obtain in the game. If you would like to, you can actually go to the, well, I'll just show it. In the Baseball Kingdom, in the one player, you can, in fact, go to the center area, and it will tell you what all you have unlocked and what you haven't unlocked. It won't tell you how to get what you haven't unlocked, but it'll show a question mark if there's something that you have missed. Right here on the entrance, so you can click here, and you can return to the game, check the roster, check the item list, save your progress. So the item list is, you can figure out what all the game items are. These three will have question marks unless you've gotten them. So yeah, we've seen these before. The air items, it will show you different air items. These three are locked unless you've gotten them already, so it tells you what they do. So you can jump to avoid the shells, or you can kick them. You can kick the bananas. You can kick the bombs before they explode. You can jump to avoid the pow ball. There's not really anything you can do against the mini-boo, but you can still catch the ball, and you can jump over the fireball to avoid them. The special items just talk about like different passes you can get. So Luigi's Flashlight will get you Luigi's Mansion for a field. Cruiser passes for Daisy Cruiser. Special Shop will let you get to the Secret Shop. The Toy Field Pass will give you Toy Field for Challenge Mode. And the Paintbrush will let you paint the file icons on the screen. That's its special ability. Keep in mind you also have to return this to a couple characters in order to get them. And lastly, you'll have the badges, which is, showing you different ways, or different things you've unlocked. So this is all your players are star players, all the ballparks are open, all the air items have been obtained, everybody has joined you, and this is that all the minigames and Toy Field and Challenge Mode have been cleared on any difficulty. Like I said, in addition to this, you can check your roster. You can reread the different things that there are, their abilities. You can see them on Star versus Normal. It doesn't change anything other than their stats. It doesn't change what they say about them. Here's Bowser's if you want to read it. His speed and stamina baffles batters. Where's Koopa Kid? There he is. A pitcher with great ball and bat control. Magic Koopa, a good pitcher but an amazing fielder. As you can see, his batting and running are terrible though, but he is a really good fielder, so he is good in that aspect. And Dry Bones, you can avoid most tags. And that's it for that. I think that's all we need to do, so I'm going to save it one more time just to be certain. Go back to the entrance and return to the main menu. Actually, wait, no, there's one more thing I want to show. No. Return to the game. If you go down here, if I can get it to pull up here. I'm not sure how I did it earlier. Wasn't that. was a way to pull it up. I'm sure there was. Besides minus, there was a way to pull it up, but whenever you are shuffling between the characters right here, there was a way to look at the, I think you had to be standing still for a certain amount of time, but it'll pull this little character menu up, and if you highlight each character, it will show you what their special ability is on the field. Like, Wario can open the chests, Mario can go use pipes, etc. So that's the last thing I wanted to show. But before we end this project out, there's one more thing I want to show, and show an actual game of it, because we have not seen, there's one thing I did not show, and that was Toy Field. I know I didn't show it in the minigames. I saved it specifically so we could watch a different thing. And then after that, we'll start the exhibition. I've shown all the minigames. I don't believe there's any extra ones. No extra ones here. So there's no reason to show the minigames. The records don't really matter. All that's in the records are like your challenge stats, showing who you have, the badge list, the movie list, the character list. I know we already saw the character list. You can go this way and see your MVPs, and then your star players lists. Unlike GameCube, there's nothing that you can like read a description for if you tap on them, so not that big a deal. So we'll go ahead and start with Toy Field now. If I finish this, then we might move on to the first match, but I'm probably going to make it be 30 turns just to let you see a full match of Toy Field. So Toy Field involves batting and running primarily. A little bit of pitching, but not that, well no, not even pitching actually. So pitching's not that important, so it's mostly batting and running. So you want a good batter and somebody who's a little bit fast. If you want faster characters are a little bit better than strong hitters. So I'm going to go with middle of the road here and pick Luigi. And I'll make him a star character. In addition, you can also play as your Mii character if you want. I guess I could do that. And your Mii will have completely balanced stats. And in addition to that, you can make them star characters to boost all their stats, but it won't boost it by much. But I'm not going to use my Mii. That's lame. Use Luigi. Oh, we could use my Mii. What the heck? Actually, no, because I forgot. The Mii is really bad at batting. Like, really bad, so... After you've had everybody participate human player-wise that you want to, you'll hit next. This will ask if you want to have a one-player game versus the other 3 computers, or if you want to team up with a computer player and fight another team of 2. I'm not going to set these to any levels other than veteran, so I'll just keep them all veteran. You can choose your controls to make it horizontal or vertical. Here's how you use your items right here. Keep in mind you're using items you don't point at the screen this time around if you have them sideways. I'll go ahead and read the directions before... Well, no, I will give us full directions, but here's the rules. It's a 4-player free-for-all. Hit and field to collect points. The player with the most coins wins. So the fielders will choose the slots to choose the incoming pitch. It will tell you the speed of the pitch, which direction the ball is coming from, and will give you an air item. Sometimes you don't get air items, and sometimes, as you can see, you can't tell what the speed or the course is on it, so fair warning about that. If you have the ball, run away to guard it. If you don't have that ball, then attack or use the air items to steal it. The player who has the ball last at the end of the miniature time that they give at the top will be the next batter up. If no one gets it, the batter hits again. The coins equal the number on the panel that the ball hits. The farther the ball is hit, the more points that are scored. Flip over all the panels for extra points that are at the end, and the jackpot as well as a chance to score extra coins from anybody. When it flashes, you get to have a very small mini game, and you can get extra coins that way, and that goes for anybody. There are also extra bonuses, as you can tell, and then the winner will be decided after that. So here are your controls for horizontal. You'll press 2 before the ball arrives, swing when it does. The air items, you'll aim with the D-pad and fire. 2 will stop the slots. You can move around with the D-pad whenever you're on the field. Tap 1 to dash. Use 2 to jump. Press 1 and 2 at the same time to attack. This is a little bit harder than it looks because you also have to press the correct direction that you want to use in addition to that. So it is a little bit awkward, but I'll go ahead and leave the tutorial on. I'll probably just skip through it though, so let's go and get started. I'm just going to have it be 20 turns because I think 30 might be a little bit too much timer-wise, so I'll leave it at 20. We've got about 17 minutes, so hopefully each turn will take less than a minute, which it should, so we'll select the first batter randomly. That sounds nothing like play ball, so you'll stop a slot to select a pitch. You'll attack the foes to keep the ball if you're fielding. So we'll be giving a mini boost for an item, fairly slow speed, and that will be the direction it goes. Wrong button. I'm just going to hide in the corner. Now keep in mind, you can lose points if you like strike out. Yes, nice hit turn points. Use your air items to cause havoc. So you can like strike out and lose coins, etc. And sometimes there will be occasional things where the coins will be double. I'm going to let this go by because it did not give me an air item, so I would like an air item here. There we go, that's much better. Yeah, it didn't work though. You still caught it. The thing is, if they catch it before it hits the ground, you do lose a lot of points, and that's one of the things I hate. But it does all the adding and subtracting points. Like, the reason I didn't lose 60 right there was because I used the air item and it hit 2 of the characters. But it can make sense, too, if you're not getting any air item. Like this one right here, that's probably the worst thing you could get. If you don't want to swing at it, you don't have to. You can kind of be a little bit strategic with it if you get, like, a bad air item or none. And you're like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. I'm staying far away from you people. Luckily, they can't run very fast. Noki is a speed character, Hammer Bros a power character, and Paratroop is a technique character from the GameCube game. So we actually have one of each, because Luigi is a balanced character. That's gonna go way the heck somewhere. That didn't hit anybody? Seriously? None of them jumped. Whatever. The mini boost is a good item for human play or for the AI to get against you, because while they will hide the ball, it's like the human players can tell where it is. The AI will just like flat stop in their tracks and be like, "Oh, where'd it go? I don't know." And yeah, I'm in third, unfortunately. Hammer Bros is the only person behind me because he hasn't even been up to the plate yet. That's much better for me. You can also keep in mind it's like the normal air items. If you hold on to it after somebody catches the ball or they have it in their hand, then you're not going to be able to use it anymore. So you can be strategic whenever you want to use it. You don't have to throw it immediately. Luckily, like I said, it's really easy to outrun Hammer Bro. So if he's in the way, I can just kind of run away. Yeah, here's an example of coin times 2, so I really need to do well here. I don't want the bananas. You cannot bunt, by the way, and bunting would be pretty much useless here regardless, so fair warning about it. Yes! That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted that jackpot. I'm going to get a lot of points out of this if I can do it correctly. So, you have to turn over the coins to take them. Just point when you're ready and start. So I got the most amount overall, so I get the bonus. And it was multiplied by 2, so that was a really good time to get the bonus, too. That was why I wanted the jackpot right there. And no, I'm not purposely stopping it on the mini-booth every time. I'm actually not timing this at all, so... It's kind of weird that he keeps getting that every time I'm doing roulette for items. Away from me. And like I said, catching the ball gets you points as well before it hits the ground, so. Oh, yeah. Maybe that will work. For the mini-boo, personally, I like to hide it immediately because the AI, if they're under it and you put the mini-boo on, they're not going to move, but they'll still be able to catch it. So if you get the mini-boos, just activate it pretty much immediately. The other stuff you mount and away, but the mini-boo just activated immediately. There we go, there's something that's not the mini-boo. You could probably swing for this one. I would. Oh, no, that's a foul. You can foul here. You don't get any points subtracted like you do a strike, so... I was pressing the wrong button. I was pressing 2 instead of 1. And of course, you can always check how many turns there are left in the bottom right here. It says 12 out of 20, so we'll probably have enough time for... Well, I don't know. Haha. You failed, Paratrooper. You messed up. That's alright, I'm back up to bat anyway. He's only got about half the coins I do, so... Should get some points for that. All right. Crank it up. There are also records after the game that are shown for like overall how many points somebody's ever gotten. Get away from me. It's pretty easy to avoid the eye. So pop the blue balloons. Only the blue ones, I'm guessing. And yes, you do lose points if you don't pop the right ones. Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't swinging at that, buddy. Sorry. I don't know the speed, I don't know the curve, and I'm not getting any items. That's, no, not gonna happen. Yes! They just let it fall right onto the 150. Like idiots. I kind of wish Hammer Bro had gotten that because he's so far behind, but that's okay. Like, he's 400 points behind third place right now. He's no threat to me whatsoever. Where do I like to stand in this? Pretty much just kind of near the front, but also in the center. That's typically where I stand. Because that way if you need to run left or right, you still have a chance at it. If you're like way off on the left and it gets hit to the right, you pretty much are not going to get it, so. That's a good hit. You can hit it over the fence here, fair warning about that. If you do, it's worth a lot of points, obviously, because that's a home run, but really with Luigi, I don't think that can happen. Pop balloons over 5, okay. Keep in mind, it says over 5, so 5 does not count. Okay, I tied. Or no, I didn't tie with anybody. I got it. Okay. Yay! I should be in the clear unless something really stupid happens. I do like this toy field more than the GameCube one because the GameCube one just seemed flat out unfair. Like, it seemed like it would go out of its way to make sure you lost. Because a lot of the spaces had like a roulette where different stuff could happen. Like, you could get like a, I'm trying to think of different things. There was like a one-up mushroom which would load all the bases because you'd get extra points for RBIs and there'd be hypothetical players on the bases. So each time instead of having points, it would have like single, double, triple, home run on the field. And each time you got an RBI or a hit, you would get more points depending on what it was and how many runs batted in. So like the mushrooms would completely fill up the field with players, so it would give a really good opportunity for a grand slam. But there was also what was really annoying was the blue shells and the red shells because they would target random, or the red one would target a random player and the blue one would target the leader, and then they would lose a whole bunch of coins. And then there was also the bomb that where if you had the roulette land on that, you would lose like a whole bunch of coins, and the next person on the list would be up. And it seemed like every time you hit the roulette, you would always get the bomb. But yeah, I won that by quite a bit. I'm pretty sure everybody could have added all their coins together and they still wouldn't have caught up, so. There you go. Those are the records right there. It's different for each set of turns, but the records are pretty easy to beat if you want to try to beat them. Do I want to play again? I think I'll pass. We probably have enough time for at least one of the fields. I'm only going to play a 3-inning game because I don't want it to take that long. I'll probably start the first difficulty on normal on exhibition, and if I like do really well to the point of it was not even close, I'll amp up the difficulty from there. But I guess we'll start with Mario Stadium. You can switch the courses to nighttime if you want. The only thing that changes is obviously Bowser's versus Bowser Jr.'s, and also Luigi's Mansion is not available during the daytime. So since we've seen Mario Stadium before in the daytime, let's see it at night. So it's a baseball stadium with no gimmicks. There's nothing on the field that can kind of cheat you out of, fielding or batting or whatever. So in exhibition, you'll choose your captain. Your captain is obviously who you want to have as your lead character, but you can select other captains on the menu. I'll go with, how about Captain Wario. And then you'll choose an enemy captain, or the second player will choose theirs, so I'll pick Diddy Kong for that one. a sudden the veteran. For now, like I said, if I win by a landslide, then I will increase the difficulty. So for Wario's team, I want Boo, because I need a good pitcher. There's no real problems with the chemistry between Wario and anybody except for Mario, so I'll put in Luigi, Yoshi, Birdo, Shy Guy, Wiggler, King Boo. I know Mario does, but I don't use Mario here. Well, you know what? I could probably find a way to put Mario in, but I've already got 2 captains, and I'm going to limit myself to that. I'm only going to have 2 captains per match, so I will put in Purple Toad. Whoa. Holding down the plus button is not a good idea, guys. And we'll switch them to being all-star characters. Yes, I will make the AIs all-star characters, too. I'm not going to give them that much of a disadvantage. For the CP, I'll just stick a random roster in there, so he looks like he has a lot of the Kongs, so that should help him chemistry-wise. You can put your Mii in if you want to, once again. Don't have to. Keep in mind that you can make your Mii a star character, too. If you put your Mii in and go beat Bowser, then you can make your Mii a star character. However, that does not count for the badge, so you don't need to do that if you want the badge. Let's see. Is there any character that I can put on first that has a lot of... Not terribly. I'll leave Shy Guy there and I'll put Birdo here. Yoshi here. Sorry, Luigi. There we go. I think it's got better fielding, but at the same time, I'll just do that. As long as Luigi doesn't have to throw to third base, we're okay. So Yoshi up front, Birdo, followed by Shy Guy, followed by Boo. King Boo, no, not you, Wario. King Boo, Wiggler. I don't know why King Boo and Wiggler have chemistry, so don't ask. I don't know. And then we'll leave these 3 like that. Make it a 3-inning game. You can only play 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9 innings, so it's up to you. 3 innings, I'll keep the Mercy on. That will give me a good gauge of how badly it ends, because we're also only have a couple minutes. Turn the star pitches back on, we'll turn the items on as well. Your team name is dictated by who you put on your team. It would be different if I had Wario's actual team, etc. And it looks like I'm batting first. The stadiums look a little bit different during night, but there's no actual gimmicks that change during the night. So, just a fair warning about that. Oops. I forgot, I was just having the controller sideways after Toy Field, so I tried to bunt when It might have damaged me, but at the same time, it caused them to just miss the ball entirely, so it did work. Mission accomplished. Oh, the banana peels are so useless. Unless you, like, hit them with the banana peel. If it's, like, around the ball, they'll probably be smart enough to just avoid it or kick it out of the way. I like the lighthouse in the background. That's a very nice touch. Yep, see that trick about hiding it immediately works quite well. Catch you later. I already got a run batted in right there, or a run batted in. Nice job, my ninja. Screw both of you. Boo will have his home run, damn it. Yeah! So happy. Boo, you're so adorable. Now time for King Boo. I swung way too early at that. Oh wait, I forgot to make all these guys star characters. Shoot. Oh well, I guess we'll do it next round. Especially if this is as easy as I think it will be, because I used to set the computer players to the highest difficulty and I could still beat them, so... Home run! I'm telling you, Wiggler gets home runs like crazy. And they could have done a buddy jump, but they decided not to. But he will get home runs like almost every single time. It's ridiculous. I don't know if the sweet spot on his bat's just really easy to hit or what it is, but he gets home runs all the time. And Wario's up. We're switching to the monkey. Yep. Well, the other monkey. There's lots of monkeys on this team. do that. Now, in the GameCube version, I did not mention this before, but in the GameCube version... Oh, you're good. Oh, no, that's still good. In the GameCube version, whenever you had captains and co-captains that actually had the special star thing, the main captains always took whenever you played as whatever captain you did in Star Mode, like if you picked Wario, his star swing would cost you 1, but everybody else's, Waluigi's, if you picked up like Mario's would, everybody else's would cost 2. However, in this game, all the captains in Exhibition are, you only cost them 1 for their star swing. I believe the co-captains cost 2. I probably should have figured it out with Luigi right there, but oh well. If I have enough stars, I can figure out when Birdo comes around. Yeah, he totally got that. Oh, come on. You could have jumped or ran. Jumps. You could have ran, Yoshi. Yeah, luckily Dixie was the one that was selected to throw the ball for whatever reason, so... Yeah, see, the buddy toss does great. Like, it can get it all the way across the field, however that one was just a little too late, but it can get it very far. Yeah, but here comes his. I actually don't know where the ball was in that one. Sometimes you can see it, I did not. Yeah, see, the banana is completely useless. It doesn't seem to help at all. Which is why, in all honesty, sometimes I will give up hits just so I can get a better air item. That seems kind of unfair, but, you know... Who said there was no strategy in baseball? Oh yeah, that's one of the nice things about using Boo and King Boo, by the way. Remember, they float, so the Palosphere, if the Palosphere hits the ground and causes that earthquake, they don't get hit by it. Blooper doesn't get hit by it either. Pretty much anybody that does not have legs will not get hit by it, so that's another very good strategy, and that's another reason why I like using Boo and King Boo, is even if his King Boo's running isn't the best in the world, if you get that air item, you can just throw it right in the middle of the bases, and it'll mess all of them up if first, second, third, or home tries to catch anything, and King Boo and Boo will just keep running. But yeah, I think this is going to be over right here, because I don't think, in all honesty, that they're going to score. If they do score, it's going to be right here from DK, but that's the only chance they have, really. Nope, he struck out, so it's down to Diddy Kong. If he does not get this, then it is game. And then I will end off the video if that's the case. And he's using a Star Swing, of course. Wario, you could have gotten that. Do not let him score. There we go. Should have known he was going to use a Star Swing. Curve. Nope. I don't think so. That would have been just inside the foul line too. Like, look how close that was. If they, that would have been just bare. It would have been like almost on the foul line, which would have been in. If a ball hits the foul line, I'm pretty sure it's called fair. Oh, that was close. Just that one thing though. The game was not close at all. It was a called game after the first inning. But yeah, Boo's the MVP, likely once again pitching, and also the fact that he hit a home run. Yeah, his batting alone would have made him MVP, so it's all good. If you want to see the opposing team score, that's what it is. DK's batting and Donkey Kong's items and Funky's items. So let's go ahead and quit that, and that'll return us to the main menu. And that will be all for this episode. So next time on Let's Play Mario Super Sluggers, I'm going to remember to make all the characters, including the AI star characters, and in addition, we'll amp up the difficulty whenever we go to... I guess we'll just go... yeah, clockwise seems like the best bet. So we'll show off Daisy Cruiser next time. I'll show... I guess I'll show this one at night as well. So, see you guys then.